Welcome to this week's episode of the Relly and Deli podcast. I'm Relly.
And I'm Deli.
And today we are reviewing the feature animation, Go. Oh my God. Let's go. Basketball. Steve Curry. Sports. Hetero.
Ooh, dynamic.
It's black. Iconic.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Absolutely.
Thank you for all the love and support that we've received.
Thank you.
Black History Month. And you know, we're having not even a Black History year, it's Black History Life.
Absolutely. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I like that.
For those of you who don't know, at one point, the podcast was almost called BAM, B-A-M for Black Ass Media.
Oh!
And while we do a lot of things, don't you ever forget that this is a Black Ass podcast.
Yeah.
So to transition from February into March, the month of my birth, we're actually going to do this film, Go, which honestly, it kind of came, I didn't see it advertised as much.
I think I saw the trailer for this maybe once in theaters.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't really seen a lot of advertisement. Doesn't mean there's not a lot of advertisement. It just means
For
that
sure.
the avenues that we're on, the platforms that we're on,
Don't.
most of our stuff is ad free anyway.
Very
so
true. We're
not
very
really
bougie
seeing a lot.
girls.
Yeah, we're
I
not seeing a lot of it.
pay a lot of money, so I don't see ads.
Yes.
But this film was really great. It should still be in right now. It's been out for a few
Absolutely.
weeks, so we're gonna get into it. We won't do a full spoiler review.
For sure.
We're gonna leave some stuff out. But honestly, a very solid film. Okay?
I think so.
So, GOAT, it is an American animated sports comedy, okay? It's a lot of people, a lot of hats in the ring for this. It was produced by Columbia Pictures, Sony Pictures and Animation, Unanimous Media, and Modern Magic Productions.
Oh.
Yeah, directed by Tyree Delahaye, I believe is how you pronounce the name. And it features the voices. It is a stacked voice cast.
Honey.
Okay,
Stacked.
and Caleb McLaughlin, which I believe this is his premiere role, at least for
As far
voice
as
acting.
voice acting, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like he's definitely done more. He's been in some feature-length theater releases.
Yeah,
Of course, we know him from Stranger Things.
absolutely.
But I think this might be his first voice acting gig, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and it was really pretty great. We're gonna talk more about the cast when we get to that section. But I mean, Gabrielle Union, Aaron Pierre, David Arbor, Nicola Coughlan, Nick Kroll,
Okay.
Jennifer Lewis, the GOAT. You know, I do want to make this a more family appropriate review, even though
okay.
that's not really our target.
It's not our target, but I do understand this is a
It is
an
a
animated
family-friendly
film. It is a
movie.
family-friendly movie.
Even though, there are some jokes for adults,
Yeah.
very few, but some of them visual, but it is for families. Definitely take your kids. Once you hear this review, if you get a chance to, I suggest going to see it. But we'll get really into the full cast later on. Ultimately, this is a film about an anthropomorphic goat. They live in this world where there's a sport that's called rollerball. Very basketball coded, basketball inspired. And he's a tiny little American pygmy goat with dreams of playing in this league.
Yeah.
Okay. And of course, there's the whole dynamic about what type of animals are appropriate to play in this sport.
Zootopia.
Very Zootopia. But with this one, it goes off of big and small.
Right.
So yeah, smalls don't play ball, baby.
Exactly. They literally say that, and I was like, that's kind of good. And
Yeah.
that sums up the whole thing. Like, yeah, smalls don't play ball.
Yeah. Okay, now we're going to get into it. For those of you who know us, we have our 4 main categories with which we break down the film and give our review. The first being the overall story, second being acting and dialogue, third being cinematography, and fourth being overall sound design. We total it up, and then we give you our scores at the end.
That we do.
Okay? So let's start with the story. What did you give this film for overall story?
For overall story, I gave it a 7.
Oh,
I know. Just because it is it's very family friendly. So in that sense, the plot is pretty predictable, but it has a great message. And it does give you some insight into some things that you may not see in other family films or other animated films, where like what does it mean to be past your prime, or can you achieve anything if you really try. Don't let people, judge you by appearance and stuff. All that messaging is in there, so it's good. I gave it a 7.
7.
Yes.
For sure. Okay. For me, I give it a 9. I scored a bit higher. And I was pretty much with the story. There's only one part, and I watched it twice. So I saw this film on my own when Deli was out of town, and then I was like, I definitely think we should watch it. It was very funny.
Yeah.
So we watched it again literally last night, and loved everything about it.
It was very much worth it, and I could definitely see you watching this twice. I could watch this twice.
Yeah.
It's very entertaining.
Yes, but there was one part of it that I felt like more was due. When there was like a bit of an argument and a disagreement, and the penance for it, and
You
the
didn't feel like it was enough.
Nah, baby.
That's how you live your life. You always don't never think it's enough.
No.
There was something else we were watching, and you were like, that wasn't enough.
That wasn't enough. You hurt people. You better get. Oh, when Kelly Rowland went down to that damn airport to get that man back, that wasn't enough.
Yeah.
That was not enough. But okay, I want to get really into and give you sort of a playthrough of the film, right?
Okay.
So we have this little pygmy goat, and him and his mom are there. So we're in this one particular town, Vineland.
Yeah.
And Roarball is big. They have their local team and everything like that. And he just wanted to go down to the stadium to take a picture of this.
The new billboard.
Yeah.
A new billboard for Jet, the star player.
Absolutely. And he was like, okay, well, off to work you go, Mom.
Yeah.
And the mom, with a guest cameo from Jennifer Hudson.
Yeah.
Two of the most iconic Jennifers.
Yeah, they're here.
Let me tell you, it's a lot of freaking amazing actresses with the name Jennifer.
That's true.
It's only one
right?
who I cannot take.
Oh, yeah.
But Jennifer, Tilly, Aniston, Hudson, Lewis, Love Hewitt. I mean, okay? So, so she was in there being sweet as ever. And she was like, hold on, let me turn around my camera. This film wasn't necessarily rooted in realism.
Yeah.
In the tiny details that made watching it very enjoyable.
Yeah, and that's another reason to watch it again too, just because of like all the little details. It did so well with the animation. I mean, we'll get more into that with the cinematography, but yeah. And Lil Baby Will Harris is the main character, the main goat, played by Luke Simity as a young version of him. Okay.
The mom turns on the camera and she's like, I got tickets for us to go and watch.
Yeah.
And like, he immediately does like this eye thing that the goats do. And I remember feeling it the first time I watched it and seeing it last night. He cried.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's so sweet to see. And they go in there, they don't have like floor seats or anything crazy or stellar, but he was just so happy to be there.
Yeah, he was so happy he could barely even take it.
He couldn't.
She was like, hey, you don't want to come up? You know,
yeah.
Come look. But he was just like, it was just so unbelievable to him, and it meant so much to him. They did such a great job with that scene.
Yeah.
And just like encapsulating everything that this means.
Yeah. I remember being that young and having a couple moments. The first time my parents took me to Disney World. The first time my parents got me a Game Boy. The first time we went to a Kirk Franklin concert. And it was like that excitement and like I could cry. So it was so good. And then he sees Jet, a Black Panther icon, on the court. And he was like, I'm gonna be her one day.
Yeah. And
very simple, but like it was great to see that we already have like the animal dynamics. Gender in this regard, didn't play a whole thing. It wasn't just him looking up to our guy.
That was one of my notes. If this was made like maybe in the 90s,
yeah,
all guys.
It would have been all guys.
I love that gender is not the issue here.
Yeah.
It's not about like there's on that main team with Jet. There's another like girl animal.
Yeah,
and there's like 3 guy animals. You know, that's not about gender. It's about big and small.
And when we talk about the girls, Jet, the Black Panther, is the top league, the scorer in the league.
Yeah.
And then when we talk about the ostrich, Olivia, we'll talk about that a little bit later, but she was first draft.
Yeah, she was first draft. Yeah.
So the girls were really...
The girls are girls, yeah. They're the girls. They're doing really good. And they're no slouches.
Yeah.
And because I don't think the other people on the team have their own little things, but that was 2 good points.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
So now we got like a 10-year skip through.
Yeah.
And we see Will working at delivery at the diner that his mom used to work at.
Right.
In true animated animal fashion, his mom is no longer with us.
Right, because you gotta lose your parents.
You got to.
You gotta lose your parents. We don't even know about what went on with his dad. His dad might have already been dead.
May have already been dead,
That's
okay?
what I assumed. Because there's no, they don't really get into it, so I assume his dad was already dead by the time we met him.
Yeah.
And then mom has died 10 years later.
Exactly. Somewhere along the way. And they have this outdoor basketball cage. It really reminded me of being on St. Thomas and freaking being down. I forgot which court that was, but because my brothers like to play basketball, we would go sometimes, and I would be there just for show. She not here for sports, baby.
Yeah.
But being there and them playing street ball and really wanting to play. And I've seen a couple of times where where they're playing, and of course the bigger guys come.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, y'all, scram.
Wow.
Get y'all asses
I didn't know
off the
that
court.
was really a thing.
Hell
I've seen
yeah.
it on TV.
Hell yeah.
Oh wow.
And they're cool. Sometimes they'll play with you, but a lot of the times when it's older and they already got a full team, they're they want you to go. Sometimes it's multiple courts, hoops, and they're like, all right, we're gonna play a half, and you gotta be like, you don't need to play a full court game.
Yeah.
You play a half court game, we play a half court game. He's there, antagonized by a son of a gun. Bear.
Yeah. That Grizz.
Grizz.
Yeah, big ass bear.
Yeah, and probably the biggest thing I'm gonna ding this film on, and I know things come out as they do, but the bear is played by Jelly Roll. This fat, disgusting, nasty, racist, white country star rapper plays a grizzly bear in this film who's also prejudiced against small people. So
in a way, it works.
It works, but hitting a nail on the head.
Yeah.
But ultimately, worst part about this film is him being in it. I mean, he wasn't bad as an actor.
He wasn't.
I just didn't care to have you in it.
Yeah, exactly.
But
and I like that he's not even a main.
Absolutely not.
He's somebody you see occasionally, but he's not part of the main cast.
Yeah.
So.
And we see Will. Will is struggling. Will is struggling for rent. He's struggling for money. But he still has such the most unbreakable spirit of positive outlook on his day.
He's still trying to go for it.
Yeah. And he, so, and the second time watching it, I caught more, right? We saw recently that you have this one horse, main attraction, played by Aaron Pierre.
I did not know that was him until today.
Oh, yeah.
I did not know that was him. I'm like,
So,
main attraction.
He recently dominated against Jet's team, the Black Panther, played by the one and only Gabrielle Union, icon. And he dominated team, embarrassed the ostrich, Olivia. And it was pretty embarrassing. So the team is going down on a downward spiral. And throughout the film, you learn about all the different things that happen. But they're trying to win a claw. They're trying to win that championship trophy.
Yeah.
And they have exactly 5 members on the team. So somebody gets hurt, somebody gets fouled out, the team is done. Yeah. So they're like, we need to get a 6th person on this team. Now, he's down there and he sees the horse, main attraction, and he challenges him to ball. He's like, I could play.
Yeah.
He got 2 clean shots off of him.
Yeah.
In one of the most dynamic, and I mean, the animation in this is is
It's
ridiculous.
insane. It's insane.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal. But you know, we have this interaction going by. I won't tell you how exactly that ends. But we see that like a viral video is put out.
Yeah.
And it's done in the most classic way.
Yeah. It's very classic internet, culture.
They were like
a throwback
things in there, Easter eggs away, like, when somebody gets like embarrassed and it's that Wii bowling strike thing and he goes down the thing, he lands in a grave and like explodes.
Yeah.
These are real memes that I remember that were popular. Oh yeah. If you fell and that music, dun, 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 it's like this weird music that is a popular meme from like the 2010s that like if you fell and you got embarrassed, that's exactly the actual video.
Pulling here now. Okay.
So yeah, they used it and animated it. That made it really good for me. And essentially it got recognized and it got picked up. Right. And we have the owner of the team, the Violent Thorns, is Jennifer Lewis.
As Flo.
As Florence the boar. The pig, the piglet. When I tell you, for her alone, I will go back and watch this film for a third time.
It was, yeah.
She is in her truest form, comedic gold, and it's amazing. And, honestly, without getting too much more into like the plot of the film, because I think you really should see it.
I think you should too.
But
it is a great ride.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's definitely worth watching.
Yeah.
The story.
We have two different dynamics, right? We have Will, the young pygmy goat, who is who is deemed inappropriate for ball. This is not his sport. He shouldn't be out there. People talk about like, you're afraid of dying. And then we have Jet, where now this gets flipped on its head, where not only is she, a woman for all intents and purposes, right? But she is older. So let's talk about ageism and sexism.
Right.
Not just in sports, but also just in any profession.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the ageism that she experiences specifically. But you have to look at the intersectionality about it. Not just her being old, but her being old and a woman. Female, quote unquote. But like the shit that she's saying. So she's a hater. She's hating on Will. But how would that feel when you're doing something and they come in and be like, hey yo, train your replacement. Oh yo, this the new bitch. Pass the torch. You know what I mean?
They did have a moment where they were like, pass the torch, and she was like, I can't.
Hilarious. And I think that the film did a really great job at that. And I feel like if this was 15, 20 years ago, it would have had one of those dynamics. I'm too small to play this game, or I'm too old to be this thing as a woman. But it being both at the same time, the young guy looking up to the older woman, the veteran in the sport, him being inspired by her. I think that's just a unique blend that we haven't necessarily seen in animated films, for sure.
I agree. Two things with the story. Of course, we already talked about gender. I love that there's no separation on that. We're just all here together. Yeah. And another thing about it was I love that they maintain that they are animals.
Yes.
Every once in a while, they will get off their back legs and run like an animal that animal would, and they also kind of bleat or blurt into their actual animal noises.
Absolutely.
So meows and all that stuff. All right, that makes it so much funnier.
It does.
But yeah, those are two things I wanted to note that were kind of interwoven into the story section.
For sure. Okay, now I want to know what your takes are and what did you score it on acting and dialogue? Probably. Honestly, I love every single section. I think it really did well in all of them. But what did you give it for acting and dialogue?
Acting and dialogue, I gave it a 10.
Hell yeah.
This movie is very funny. All caps, very funny. And everybody brought it. Everybody delivered. I mean, we've talked about the cast a little bit, but yeah, it is very star-studded. To me, of course, Jennifer Lewis, Flo stood out greatly. But everybody did pretty phenomenal.
Yeah.
I do want to make some notes of some smaller roles here. I love that Angel Reese is here as prop. Aisha Curry.
Yes.
As Carol, the diner owner.
Yes.
And who else is in here that I was like, oh, they deserve a shout out.
Yeah.
Dwayne Wade is in here too. They have him credited.
Yeah,
too.
Dwayne Wade is in here.
As Rosette.
Let me see. Yeah, he was one of the ball players for the Shadows.
Oh, okay,
one of the earlier teams that it went up against. And then you got Andre Iguodala as Iggy, the Zebra Roarball referee. Towards the end.
Got you.
I'm gonna tell you about him, but sir,
the cast is stacked. Rarely will likely get into more of the bigger people.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to mention those little people who are like, I love that y'all are here.
Yeah.
And that we have actual ball players in here.
Yeah.
So that's nice. One thing I wanted to mention about the story too, just to backtrack a little bit.
I
love that it's like these different regions. I always like when they do that.
Yes.
Different regions.
I was gonna put that in cinematography, but yes,
gotcha.
For sure you can talk about it. No, but you can talk about it.
Okay. But I just like that they have different regions, like a cold region, Arctic, the lava. You also have like the vines and the earthy, and then you have the underground, like a subterranean situation.
Yeah,
I love that it's always like the different regions and stuff, and you have your own teams that way.
Yeah.
But back to the category at hand, acting and dialogue. We already said small stone ball.
Yeah,
love that. One of the lines that I have here, it's just so hilarious. The movie in general.
Yeah.
But Flo, the team manager, she's like, did you watch the game? She's like, no, I actually stopped watching and punched myself in the face instead. I'm like, wow.
Hey, after the game ends, so Gabrielle Union's Jet, the Black Panther, right? The lead. She's pissed. The game went okay, and this guy was like, this little kid was like, can I have your autograph?
Right.
And she's like, oh yeah, signed it. And it was like,
when you gonna get that trophy?
Yeah, when you gonna bring us home a claw? She was heated.
And then everybody jumped in.
She's like, Flo, where's Flo? And
right.
She ran through. Flo is in the spa.
Yeah.
Love the music playing. I got
working
too.
On her.
Yeah. And Jennifer Lewis, just the twinge in her voice, her delivery is so good. And you could see that, like, they do that thing that's very important, that when they cast someone, even though the animal looks nothing like the person, you could see that when they're animating it,
they put some isms in there. This is the way she looks around and grins.
Flo was eating it up. Jennifer Lewis was hilarious.
Yeah.
And she was like, how did the game end? I left. I left and I decided to punch myself in the face.
I stopped watching and punched myself in the face.
What?
So that was a great line. Also in that same scene, Jennifer Lewis is in like a jacuzzi and Jet goes, that's hogwash.
Yeah.
I love little things like that. Like, what'd you give it?
I give it a 10.
Yeah.
I give the acting and dialogue a 10. I thought that it was so good and it was so funny that, like, I had to see it twice, and I wanted to really make sure that we watched it. And it was so many people in it that did a great job, And, like, we talked about this in the car, like, Gabrielle Union has since made peace about the stereotypes that she's gotten. But damn it, Gabby, you play a bitch real well.
You do.
And HBIC in that regard, because Jet wasn't just mean for nothing. Gabrielle Union is never really mean for nothing. She's phenomenal. You kind of can be as bad as she is, because she's as bad as she is.
Exactly.
And it was so good. She was so fucking snarky. When they were doing the press conference, she was setting Will up, and she was just like, she was just like, oh, he not afraid of him. Don't you know he the Bronco breaker?
Listen, yes. She said we call him the horse whisperer because he broke that Bronco's back. Like,
oh my
just
goodness.
Like, she was setting his ass up, but it was
And I'd be remiss if I didn't say, because I want to focus on it. Caleb. I am so excited to see this young man in more stuff.
Absolutely.
His comedic timing and delivery, because in Stranger Things, he isn't necessarily the one that's played up for comedic value.
Right, that was more so. Oh boy.
Yeah.
His name Gatton.
Yeah. He is so funny.
Yeah.
His timing when Jet ran into the office and was tearing him down.
Yeah.
And she was just like, we're like, who is it? She's an embarrassment to us, embarrassment to Vineland. And then, you know, Flo was like, he's sitting right over there. And he just on the shades was like, hey. He's so funny. His
really
delivery
funny.
was so good.
Yeah.
When he was sitting on the bench and they was just like, just read the playbook. And we have the Rhino played by David Arbor, who did, again, such a great job.
Yeah.
But he had his little girls. And he's reading them a story. And it is just so funny. Just like the interactions, his delivery is very good and not cringe. And feels real and feels modern
authentic.
and young
Yeah.
and authentic at the
Good.
same time. Because he is a young kid playing this. We don't have somebody, it's not, you know, Kevin Hart in Captain Underpants. Why we have grown adults playing kids? Let's have young people playing the roles that are appropriate. And then I wanted to bring this up because I looked up the young lady who played the twins.
Okay.
Now, you remember what I said, who I said she sounded like, right? So, the Rhino has these two twin daughters.
Oh, no, you did? Yeah, you did tell me who she sounded like. Is that who it is?
That's exactly who it is.
Wow.
The young girl from Abbott Elementary.
Yeah.
Who, you know, in that infamous episode when she dressed up like Barb for the Centurion episode, she's like, I'm you.
Right.
Her name is Van Van.
Okay.
She's also on the soundtrack for this.
Oh, wow.
And is on it. She's a rapper and singer. She's managed by MC Light.
Wow.
Her lines were so
hilarious.
funny.
Is she playing both of them?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
She played double roles.
They're hilarious.
Honestly, it's so exciting to see the talent. To see the opportunity.
That's amazing.
And to see the young black creatives given a platform. Look at her right here.
Oh, I see. Oh, I'm you.
She's amazing.
That's
and
crazy.
she's a North Carolina native. Her little
Right.
So, and she's 6 years old.
Wow.
She's 6 years old. This is why this film was so successful, because they had people playing the roles that they should be.
Yeah.
And really allowing them to develop their talent. She had a decent amount of lines.
She did.
Every single one of them were funny.
Yeah.
I don't even want to give away some of her jokes because
Yeah.
they were so good. One of my favorite jokes, I want y'all to watch it. Because it was really just like a sentence.
Yeah.
And yeah, so many people could talk about Patton Oswalt was in this as the coach. Just phenomenal. Just so phenomenal. Wayne Knight as the slumlord landlord. You know what I mean?
Hamster.
Yeah.
With
all them dang babies.
Yeah.
Acting and dialogue. We could honestly be here for a long time.
All day we're acting and dialogue.
Yeah.
But it is that good, and that's where they really excel. That's one of the many areas, honestly, that they really excel.
The film. Now, when it comes to cinematography, personally, I gave the film a 10. I felt like giving it anything less just wouldn't make sense. Sony, again, put their foot in this film.
They did.
It is by the people who did the Spider-Man films. Spider-Verse films. And again, it's also produced by Steph Curry. I think too, that's why there was a lot of great dynamic shots in the film. You had Dwayne Wade, Steph Curry, Iguodala. You had Angel Reese. You had athletes as part of the production who knows what it's supposed to look like. And I don't play basketball, but I've seen some good basketball up close in Marching Man, where my brothers play, seen some live. And like, I feel like they really captured those intense moments.
Yeah.
Like, you know, those buzzer beaters.
Yeah.
Where you're trying to get those final shots off, these crazy trick shots and stuff like that. While still making it relevant to this animal world.
Yeah.
The colors, right?
Yeah, very vibrant.
Vibrant. But then they did a good job of like making it painterly in some points. When we have like great landscapes. It got to be very matte and watercolory. It reminded me of like watching old school, like, you know, Cartoon Network and Powerpuff Girls on like a much flatter scale.
For sure.
Things in our back are just gonna have like that watercolor.
Yeah, a little brush over, because it's not about that. You know, we use it.
Yeah. But then when we're up close, the hairs, the fibers, you know, everybody's wig was laid.
Yeah, that's true.
And it was so vibrant and rich. Crazy action shots. But before I delve more into it, what did you give
the cinematography? I gave it a 10 as well.
Yeah.
I mean, the animation style is top notch.
Yeah.
They have a style, and they commit to it, and that's always going to take you through.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of basketball by any means, but they made basketball very interesting. And like you said, the word in a nutshell is dynamic.
Yes.
Like, the games are dynamic, the action of it all. They have some great shots and some great sequences in there. He's doing like a delivery montage. He's delivering his packages. There's a crazy sweeping shot when he first gets to like the practice cage. You pointed it out. Like, you can see dust in one particular like house or one particular scene. You can see dust in the air. Like, the attention to detail on this is crazy. There's a scene where Jet's driving this car. What, a Mercedes?
Whoa, yeah.
That
shit was
roaring
and ripping.
It was wild. The color, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's really good. So yeah, cinematography 10 all the way.
All the
For
way.
sure.
Yeah. You know, again, the team from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse films, K-pop Demon Hunter. Sony does a very great job. And I like that they're utilizing this new animation style without it didn't feel like Spider-Man.
It didn't.
And that was very important to me.
Yeah. It's one of those things where you hear it like, oh, I can see that.
Exactly.
Like, same with K-pop Demon Hunter. I can see that. But it's not like blatant, like,
we don't need it to just be the only same thing. You know, this but make it animal. This but make it K-pop.
Yeah.
And that's how you're able to have a signature and a style that's visually pleasing and cohesive, but still you stop it from being stagnant and boring.
Absolutely, yeah, you nailed it, because it's a signature.
Yes.
It's a signature.
Yes.
I like that.
Truly amazing work on this.
For sure.
There's scenes too, like, not just like the animation style, but there are dynamic shots, right? And cut scenes and transitions that I think that was so good. We have somebody who's doing like a diss track, and we have
that was really good.
That was so good. And just how the video was shot and filmed.
Yeah.
But it was filmed not like a real rapper doing it. It was filmed like if a basketball player today said, I don't like you, and I'm gonna get in my studio because I'm a millionaire.
Yeah.
So I could just make a rap track.
Right quick.
And it was
recording on the phone. And then you splice it together. And
Yeah. And it was
social media. At its best.
There was so much realism put into, especially the comments when they were like tweeting and talking and posting online and stuff like that. That made it very real world and organic to like a living person. But then there was just like, don't forget we're animals.
Exactly.
And we're gonna do animal stuff.
I'm down on all fours running. I'm lapping up water out of this bowl.
Oh yeah. The opener when Will tries to make this shot and you see main attraction grab the ball and you could see the squish in that animated ball. You saw his ring, and it was like ferocious. We have Moto, the Komodo dragon, played by Nick Kroll. Let me tell y'all something, right? Nick Kroll is a genius and he's insane.
Yeah, both of those things are true.
And he's so talented.
Yeah.
He has his go-to voices that I think, like, you hear him, you know it's him. I love him.
Yeah.
The girl voice that he does, like, Liz from Publicity.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have known this was him.
That was him. I thought it was someone else.
He did such a good job in this. But, like, when they finally give him his moment.
Yeah.
He got down. they're weaving through. When they get into the animal vibes, it's an intensity watching this that's so exciting. And it's beautiful. Whatever is the highest version, even if you see it in laser, it's gonna look great.
Yeah.
Whatever is the highest that you can see in the theater in your area, try to watch it in that. Try to watch it in Dolby Atmos.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna get into the soundtrack right now, but the sounds are great.
Yeah.
And the sights are beautiful. I would definitely actually buy this film.
Yeah.
I would buy this
One
film to own, so I could have it digital. And then, like, you know, when I'm traveling, I'm going on planes. I like to have stuff on my iPad just in case. This is a film that I would have and I could watch again because it checks all my boxes for funny, entertaining, good music, and beautifully done.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, for sound design.
Sound design, I also gave it a 10.
Yeah.
I mean, the sound is up. The sound is great. They really make sure that you feel immersed in the world.
Yeah.
And like little things and details and stuff, you know, just the way it sounds when they're running on the court and, you know, grabbing the ball and all that stuff. So they're definitely there for that. And there's a lot of original music, I feel like, for this.
The entire thing,
soundtrack,
except for I think
music.
One song on there was the cover.
Yeah.
That we know.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it did a great job with the music and the great original. You can never go wrong with original music.
Yeah.
It's literally music made for this.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be great. So yeah, I give it a 10.
Yeah. I give it a 10 as well. I think the soundtrack for this film is the very much needed blend of important music for things that I could listen to just because, like, this is a good song, like Mamacita's from Flow, Party of Two song Crazy, which I want to listen to as soon as we finish with this.
Right.
And then you also have, like, you know, just great soundtrack tracks that are specifically for the film, that are really just meant to be for the film.
Exactly.
But it's so good. It reminded me of, like, Rio. When Rio did their soundtrack, that was some amazing stuff that they put behind it. But a lot of the stuff is, like, them singing about the action in the film. And I thought it was so good. A lot of great young black talent. We got Van on there. And, you know, it's so good that I'm considering doing a Wildcard Wednesday on this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, with there's a segment that we're super excited to do. This might be the first one.
Maybe.
Where,
Test it out.
you know, we talk about real music, REL, and we're talking about the music in the films and how it's woven. On my second watch, I was able to really go through scene by scene of exactly how they set certain things up. And even the soundtrack was great. The score was also done by Chris Bowers. Christopher Bowers.
Oh, the score was really good.
36-year-old young black man working on stuff. He did King Richard, the tennis film from Venus and Serena. He did The New Color Purple. He did When They See Us. He did Dear White People. He's done so many things, and now he's done this films. The transitions in between the soundtrack original pieces and then the score that, like, underscores the tone of the different actions rising and falling. It's art.
Yeah, it's pretty phenomenal. They do a really good job of, like, showing you the intensity.
Yes.
That's another thing about the score. Like, they convey that emotion. And when things aren't so great, you know, we in dire straits. We're dealing with these big ass animals.
Yeah, you can say.
I've been seeing it.
Yes.
Yeah, you can definitely feel it in the music, for sure.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely. We have Quinn XCII. Don't know what that number is just off the top of my head. Don't judge me. I've been out of school for a lot of years.
XCII?
XC. What number is that?
No, it's 90. I think it's like 92. I don't know. It might be 42.
One of the ones. But it's such a good song, and it plays at the beginning of the film. This is something what I'm going to be talking about. Basically plays at the beginning of the film, right after the 10-year age jump, where we see Will leaving the diner, about to start making his deliveries around town. Gets stopped by the neighborhood kids. And Best Day is playing while we see him have probably
That's a
the
good
most
song.
regular day
Yeah.
that he's ever had. But also the foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Because later that day is when he is going to get into that life-changing ball
in a
game.
way it is a bit,
You know?
a bit of the Best Day.
Yeah. And like the
Big change.
horns, the big energy juxtaposed to like just the mundane life, being squished on the train
Listen.
from people, delivering freaking water to his best
Yeah.
friend, who's played by Eduardo Franco. Another person
yeah.
who I honestly really,
Okay.
really adore.
Yeah.
He's
A lot
a
of Stranger
capybara.
Things going on here.
And he's so funny
Yeah.
and he's so good. He did a great job. And then the other best friend, Hyena, was Sherry Cola. So
Shout out to
God,
Sherry Cola.
thank you, Sherry, for not being Aquafina.
Thank you.
I appreciate you.
Thank you.
You did such a great job. I even hate to bring her into this while I'm giving
Yeah,
you
I
your
know.
props. But just like, let's give other
we
people.
really started to enjoy you too. Like we saw you
This.
in Joyride.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're looking into you, Sherry.
Yeah, you're doing great things. Let's
You're
give
doing
other
great.
people opportunities. I know we have
Exactly.
our media darlings for whoever gets
Yeah.
these roles, but let's diversify.
That's how you really
the talent
diversify
pool
and
and
really
give
show
people
representation.
chances.
You don't show representation and diversity by hiring that same quote unquote diverse person.
Yeah.
You mix it up.
Yeah.
You show expansion.
Absolutely.
I do love to see that Sherry Cola is here.
Yeah.
I love her.
We had Mamacitas. Mamacitas is the song that plays when we are introduced to Flo as Jet is ripping through in the beginning. And it's by Flo, who is, a very talented young R&B girl
group. Yeah.
So, I'm going to be listening to the full soundtrack and then doing a deeper dive
Yeah.
and lining it up with some of the lyrics and the scenes that
Right.
they're doing. And then lastly, I want to talk about Don't Dream It's Over, a cover by Bryant Barnes, another young, talented black individual. That cover was so unique. And I thought it was so beautiful.
Yeah.
And it fit the scene so well. A 10 for the soundtrack. Yeah. No notes. 100%.
No notes. No
Yeah.
problem.
So, go ahead and give your score first. I actually still gotta tabulate.
You gotta tabulate and
You know.
tally out and tally ho. I mean, overall, I gave it a 9.25.
Yeah.
Even though I did ding the story, I mean, that's just me personally.
Yeah.
But yeah, 9.25, solid rating. Definitely recommend, as I've said throughout this entire review.
Yeah.
Definitely recommend. This is a very solid film. Dare I say, instant classic.
Yeah.
Definitely something that I think the kids will love and adults as well. And I can see someone, like a child, looking at this and being like, this is, this is it. This is one of my favorites. Running it all day as children do. But also the message, I can do anything. I can really do it even if I don't necessarily fit the norm
Absolutely.
of what things are supposed to be.
Yes. Yeah. Total it up. I give it a 9.75.
And
Yeah. I debate that one point and just giving it a 10. But no, I do think that when you hurt people the way that person hurt
you
their
do
friends,
stand by that.
you have to apologize.
Yeah.
I'm all for forgiveness, but it's important to give a proper apology. And simply moving on from the events of something negative does not apology make. And we can be big and grown and move forward. But you have to say the words. Until you apologize to me, I don't forgive you. And I can't.
Yeah.
We can't just, and that's very black culture. That's very black Caribbean culture. Somebody does you wrong, you don't talk. And then, so you see the game, when I eat some food, I bought you this. All those things are great. But they need to be met first with an apology and acknowledgement of what was wrong so we can move forward.
Makes sense.
Because that's how you set up the instance for like a repeat offense.
Yeah.
Because you haven't acknowledged the gravity of what that was.
Yeah.
But all in all, this film is a banger.
It's so good.
Please go watch.
Please go out and see.
They got merch. I
do.
am about
They
to
do.
buy me some shoes. Steph Curry, I hope they're comfortable because I really want
so
those
cool.
shoes by Under Armour.
Yeah.
So good, talented, diverse, young cast, providing just like one of the funniest dialogues that I've seen. We need more great animated classics, and it's a black-led film too.
It is.
I don't think we've had a black-led animated animal film.
Wow.
If ever. We had the one where the guy turned into a pigeon, and we had the one where the guy turned into a soul. But this was very great, and I'm super excited for this film. Please, before it leaves theaters, make yourself down there and watch AMC, Regal, Caribbean Cinemas, whatever, and watch and take a listen to the soundtrack. I think there's some really good songs in there that you're gonna enjoy. There's some fun soundtrack nonsense in there too that's specifically for the movie. But it has the potential to hit on like a Moana level.
Yeah, it really does.
What was that called? Rio level, and give you some great sound. So definitely do watch.
Correct.
Okay? And by this Friday, I would have known if I will be doing this additional video that will come out next Wednesday.
For sure.
Let us know if that's something that you would want to talk about and something that you would want to be a part of, okay?
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining us and always supporting us and taking a listen. Like, comment, and subscribe below. And we love and appreciate y'all.
Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.